the whole disconnect for me with StarCraft was always about the Korean players, right? Is it just kind of like a cultural thing of players just not putting in the time that the Korean players have been putting in, or is it just that they're that damn good?
It's always this is a subject that people very close to StarCraft always bring up because it's actually not so clear cut. But the kind of long-winded answer is Koreans have been playing StarCraft at an extremely high level since 1998. Like they were the originators of this is a competitive game and we're going to compete in it. They did it before there was replays built into the game. Like they would literally just talk about it. They would sit next to each other in PC bongs and they would play it. And as that kind of like echoed outward and outward, all of a sudden people are like, let's put this on TV. Let's videotape this. There's VODs that people download. We're going to talk about this. So the infrastructure built up around it, but that's all kind of on the peripheral. On the internal, there were players talking to each other, like, that guy's really good, I'm going to practice with him. And they all leveled each other up for years, from 1998 and onward, whereas in Europe and America, there was a lot of people who were like, that's amazing, we're going to do it too. But they were so few and far between, and a lot of times even just separated by, like, he's a German and that guy's a Russian, and they're good friends and they play great, but
they're not in the same
they're
house.
not in the same house. They're not sharing. They're not talking about 24/7.
They can be like, hey, dude, how do I beat this?
All the best players aren't located within a 15-mile radius of each other.
Exactly.
Like
and yeah, it's culture. There's PC banks, like Jeff mentioned, in Korea. There's just, team houses,
I always say
coaches.
wrong, and everyone laughs at me, but yeah.
Coaches, managers. There's just too much infrastructure in Korea. And that's what I've been advocating for the past 5 years or so, to develop infrastructure outside of Korea. And that it doesn't need to be physical infrastructure, but for example, like what I'm proposing with my article is that they create incentives in the latter, which is infrastructure in itself.